Breaking news. I know I'm a little late on this, but I had to take my time before I spoke on what I'm about to talk about. They named the Colts, my Indianapolis Colts. I'm not gonna say they, because it's we're a team. We announced that Daniel Jones will be starting for the Indianapolis Colts for the 2025 season through 2026. And my last video talking about this pressing matter, I really wanted Anthony Richardson to be the starting quarterback. So I'm going to talk about a little bit on why my mindset on why he should have been the QB. And then I'm going to plead the case for Daniel Jones in this matter. So with Anthony Richardson, you draft a guy so you can develop him. You drafted someone. You want consistency with your quarterback on the field and a consistent quarterback to start for your team to build chemistry. Anthony Richardson gives you that consistency in the fact that he's been the quarterback for the last couple seasons, even though he's been injury prone. And you get a much higher high with Anthony Richardson in comparison to Daniel Jones. So, like I would say, if history were to repeat itself, Daniel Jones would have had ample opportunity to play if Anthony Richardson either gets hurt or plays terrible. So, I would have bet that Daniel Jones would have at least stepped in mid-season or maybe even early season if things weren't going AR's way, and that would have gave us something to sort of assess in his assessment. This is year 3 for him, but that was really the main case for wanting Anthony Richardson to start, is that you drafted a guy who you knew wasn't a crazy quarterback, who had not that much experience. You knew he needed to have some time to cook, and you started him off rip. And that seems to be the mistake here, because now you want consistency when you didn't draft Anthony Richardson for his consistent QB play. So now you're in this tough position where you have such a good unit around the QB that this team isn't a developmental team. This team is sort of in a win now position. So that's when I can kind of get behind Daniel. What Indiana Jones is going to bring you to this organization is a higher median QB play. It might not be as high as a ceiling as Anthony Richardson, but you're going to be at a steady medium that is going to put the team, that he isn't going to lose you the game necessarily, but he isn't going to go out and outright just light it up like Lamar Jackson or Pat Mahomes. So what you get with Danny Dimes is someone who you know that is going to step out on the field and do exactly what he's told. And Shane Steichen wants that. He wants that consistency from this QB. And Danny Dimes, Indiana Jones, doesn't push the ball down the field as a Anthony Richardson. It's Daniel Jones will be much more of a boring QB to watch in that case. But if our wins start piling on top of each other, it won't be boring at that time. So with Daniel Jones, I think I saw on the Colts podcast, I watched the Colts podcast, and they're really making a case for Daniel Jones. And one of his arguments is that you look back at our 2023 season with Gardner Minshew, someone who just did what he was supposed to do. And in that year, we were one play away from winning the division and going to the playoffs. But we didn't. And the team we had around Gardner Minshew was a solid Colts team. But now this is a way more better Colts team around the QB. So Daniel Jones being a better quarterback than Gardner Minshew should elevate this team immensely with consistent QB play. You don't have to be the superstar if you're Daniel Jones. You just have to survive. And with Anthony Richardson, he doesn't survive. He's a high risk, high reward player. And that's not what Shane Steichen wants from this squad. If he was high risk, high reward, then maybe the pieces around him wasn't that good. But we have a deep wide receiver room. We have a top 5, arguably, running back in the league. So why wouldn't Daniel Jones come out and be a star for this team? Or not even a star, or just someone that elevates everyone else that's already been in the room through season in, season out. Quentin Nelson, Michael Pittman, these guys been here for a while, and they deserve to be winning, and they deserve consistency. That's what hurt me when Anthony Richardson wasn't that quarterback. But I see a lot of good upside with Daniel Jones, and he may not be a star QB, someone flashy, someone that can, really light it up, but he has that potential, and with people around him that will elevate him. I mean, he played on the Giants. Come on now. And he was able to scrape up some success with him. So I'm looking at this situation with a lot of hope. I have hope for this team. Either decision, we would have been all right, but Daniel Jones, I think, does give you a better opportunity to win more games. But if you look at Anthony Richardson, we asked a lot from him when he came in, and people expect him to be that starter because he needs those reps. He needs time to develop. But the NFL takes a toll on people's bodies after a long time, and we've been having good pieces around the quarterback for a long time now. But the QB carousel that cursed us when we ran out of Andrew Luck has plagued this team for years. So perhaps Daniel Jones will be this guy that catapults the Colts into a competitive playoff team, maybe. But we'll see. I'm very excited to see what happens to our team. I mean, our defense should be better this year with a new scheme, new weapons, if we can stay healthy. So that's my update on that news. Let me know what you guys think. Am I tripping? Are the Colts going